Hey yo everybody, what's up? This is Anaris, and this is going to be a 1 versus 1 that one of my friends sent him. His name is Teraldent, and he's going to spawn down here at the 7 o'clock position as Protoss. This is going to be a Platinum Ladder matchup between his random opponent, Graven, the red Zerg up in the top right. It has been a long time since I have been able to cast a 1 versus 1. It seems like it's been a long time. It's probably been a couple weeks or so. Because Starcraft 2 came out, and there was a lot of fun to be had. I know I stayed up for like 4 days straight. Not really, it was actually like 2.5. But I still stayed up for a ridiculously long time playing through the campaign. I did beat it on normal difficulty just to get through and see all the missions, see the story and whatnot. And, you know, kind of experiment with the awesome upgrades that you can get. But I also did go through and replay it again on Brutal, try to min-max my... my tech trees and whatnot, so definitely the campaign has a lot of good replayability. But anyways, I am getting off track here. And there's the high five from the scouts as Teraldent does go ahead and scout into the Zerg's base. Going to try to see what he's doing. And like I said, I've actually I got this replay from a friend, Teraldent. He is one of the players over at team-arena.org, which is a website that spawned off of the website that Husky and HD made. Which is StarcraftArena.net. If you guys have not seen that site or Team Arena, definitely go ahead and check them out. There's a lot of good strategies, a lot of good replays. Good times are had on both of those forums. And Teraldent is going to go ahead and build his pylon and gateway at the ramp. Very good move for Protoss players, especially if you're kind of a beginner player. Take note, this is a good thing you want to do. I know I see a lot of Protoss players build their buildings back here at the Nexus. You don't really want to do that because, especially versus Zerg, you want to make sure you can build at the ramp so that way the Zerg has a choke that they have to get through. And it looks like Terrell actually denied the drone the ability to get out of the base by placing a second pylon here, blocking off his ramp both from Zergling attacks and from the drone to get out. So it looks like they are going to do a little dance here, and I'm not really sure how long they're going to chase each other. I almost wish I kind of had the Benny Hill theme for this. I did make a video earlier with that, but I'm not going to do that again. It's funny once, it's maybe funny a second time, but it's really not worth it. So you can just imagine the Benny Hill theme now, as what two probes are going to chase this guy. Wow. Okay, I don't know what their obsession with this drone is, but that's okay. It's actually really good because Graven is effectively denying, 2 probes worth of minerals to be gotten for Teraldent. And if Teraldent really wants that drone to be dead, I'm sure it will be dead at some point. Let's take a look up here at Graven, see what he is doing. He does have a couple Zerglings, not too much going at the base at the moment. Looks like he's saving up his gas a little bit. Might see some early speedlings up, it looks like we are. And the chase continues, apparently, as Teraldent does go ahead and continue teching up a little bit. Gonna go ahead and get that Cybernetics core. Still chasing this probe around. Man, he had it out for that thing. Finally, it died a horrible bloody death right there. First blood of the game, drawn and splattering all over the ground. So, yep, and Teraldent is definitely basking in his victory. Congrats, dude. You are pro. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. Okay, so it looks like Teraldent is going to go ahead and get this Stargate, and kind of wondering what Graven is going to go here. We might see a little bit of air action going on here. He might also try to do a Baneling bust to get through these pylons, as these Zerglings are going to try to take this down. However, it's going to get really close, but I don't... Maybe... Yes, he got it, but unfortunately he does not have enough units to do any sort of effective damage, as Teraldent does have the Stalker, who is going to go ahead and bait the Zergling back in and cut it around just a little bit. More blood is drawn at the Protoss base. This is where it's at, man. All the action in this game is happening down here. Teraldent's going to have to push out a little bit. Might see him do a bit of void reaction here, maybe even some Phoenix lifting off. That is definitely one of my favorite parts of StarCraft 2, watching players make good use of Phoenix as a bomb. I think actually it was Husky and TLO and a couple other guys a while back. They did a game where they all did mass Phoenixes, and it was hilarious to watch. They were going around lifting up entire base worth of drones, killing them and flying away. Good times were had. As Graven is going to go ahead and get on an expansion here and maybe do a little bit more harassment with these Zerglings. No, just kidding. I guess they're on strike. I don't know. No, maybe see them break open the ramp, or just kind of make sure that Teraldent does not have an expansion. And nope, Zerglings, you really do not have enough DPS to burst down this pylon because you are only 4 in number. And Teraldent does have the high ground. And yep, sure enough, there is a Void Ray, which definitely would be a good thing to use, assuming that Graven does not have any anti-air, which, unfortunately, Graven does have a Queen, which is very good at kind of deterring any sort of early air rush, especially if you get 2 of them. They're also really good for holding off your ramp. Like, if you put 2 queens right here, they'll do a really good job of holding off any really early attack. Graven is going to go ahead and cancel this expansion because he did see the Void Ray coming in. And we'll have to see if this Void Ray is able to get in here to do any sort of economic damage or push back Graven's teching just a little bit, as he does have the Hydralisk Den up now. A little bit of damage going on the Evolution Chamber, however, not really enough to affect any sort of major damage for this fight here, although these two are going to duke it out. This did bring in a second Queen here. Oh, why did you switch DPS? Come on, kill it. No. Yes, both of them died at the same time. Wow. Unfortunately, that was more of a loss for Teraldent, as this Queen only costs 150 minerals, and the Void Raid does require significant teching. Cannot talk today. So these Hydras are going to go ahead and kick back this Void Ray really quick. Void Ray thought he had it in to kill a whole bunch of Hydras. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that. Sorry, Hydras, or sorry, Void Ray, you cannot take on all those Hydras at once. And this game is going to go ahead and progress a little bit here. Looks like there is going to be some more macro. Both players just kind of hanging out in their base, chilling out. Teraldent is still kind of blocked in at his ramp. He'll probably have to kill this this pylon here to get out, or he may research Blink Tech and just hop out, or he may even go air. You know, unfortunately, he hasn't had too much luck with air so far in this game, and especially since the Zerg player is going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of Hydras and possibly multiple Queens here hanging out in his base, since he is probably going to anticipate more air. We will have to see how both players react to this. I haven't actually watched this replay yet, and I did not hear whether or not Teraldent wins, so definitely looking forward to seeing how this replay goes. And both players still macroing up in their base. Teraldent is looks like he's gonna go the route with the Colossi. Definitely a good move on his part, as Colossi do decimate light units such as Hydralisks. Especially if you get a good number of them, probably about 3 or 4, they will just rip through any number of them. Pretty much any light unit that Zerg can field. Not too great versus Roaches, as they are armored, but for the most part they do rip up Zerg land units. And yeah, pretty much just a whole bunch of macroing up here. I am going to go ahead and get out some more replays. I do have a couple 1v1s that I want to cast. One of them is a really good replay on how to counter Reapers early as Zerg. I think actually that one involves a Nidus network and some good times there. And I also do have some more videos that I want to render for the challenge missions. I promise they will be better quality than the ones that I put out the other day. As like I said, when I recorded those challenges that I put up a couple days ago, that was literally the same time that I had been up for 2 days playing Starcraft 2. So, very excited to do that, and I was just super giddy to get these videos out to you guys and hopefully get you guys a gold rating, at least in the basics. The other challenges are actually really fun. I really enjoyed the Terran one, where you have to build up the base in under 20 minutes. And the Protoss Advanced, I think it's the second challenge, where you're given a couple High Templars, couple Stalkers, and you've just got to live for as long as possible with the 2 ramps. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get those videos out. I've also had a couple requests for a map editor tutorial video. I will be more than happy to do that as soon as I cast a couple other of these melee games that I have, as well as the challenges. I don't know a whole bunch about the use map settings maps, but I can give a lot of instructions on how to make a good melee map. There are some programs that you can find on Team Liquid that will help you analyze your maps, figure out if there's figure out how much money is in the map total, figure out where it needs to go, etc. So I will be reviewing that probably in the next week or so when I get up that map tutorial. And Graven is probably going to go ahead and get his second expansion here. There's one thing I do like about this map is that for the main base, especially for Zerg players, it's really easy for them to expand out their creep and pretty much keep the focal position of all the conflicts right here, as opposed to letting it, get up here or get